So how many of you enjoy working harder than you have? Hopefully in all of your minds right now, you just answered no. I don't enjoy working harder than I need to. Surprisingly enough though, most of us actually work harder than we need to. And what do I mean by that? Well, sometimes instead of working smarter and having a game plan for what we need to get done, sometimes we work harder and we put in extra effort because we feel like that's what we need to do to get the job done. And that leads me to my quote, "There is nothing so useless as doing efficiently that which should not be done at all." And from this quote, I get the meaning, and I'd like to reinterpret it to mean there's nothing so useless as in putting in the effort for something and not getting anything in return, anything that will benefit you or anyone else for that matter. And I'd like to use examples from my own life, from the life of someone close to me, and from popular culture. So, first off, in my life, at 8 o'clock every Monday, I have an online chemistry homework due. This chemistry homework takes about 2 to 3 hours for me to complete. It's extremely frustrating because it's online and I hate how the questions are formatted, and it's always a pain, and it's every single week I have to get this done and make sure I get it done before the 8 o'clock deadline. And it doesn't benefit me at all. I never end up learning everything. It's like after I get my homework done, someone just whoop, and I forget everything. So there's an option in my homework. I can skip the question and learn the answer. I can take a picture of the answer, save it for later, and just come back and answer that question again. So if I'm not getting any use out of this homework, why don't I do it the smarter way, the way that doesn't make me work as hard, and the way that I get the answer instantly instead of putting in the effort and trying even though I know that I get nothing out of it. Well, the thing is that I'm putting in the effort and I feel like I get something out of it. So I'm working harder even though it ends up being useless to me. Second example is my sister. She wants to be an artist, and she is a wonderful artist at the age of 15. However, any project in school, English, science, math, whatever it is, if she can do art on it, she will. And I tell her, Ashley, you don't need to work that hard to get an A on this project. Like, I went through the same classes you did in high school. Like, I can give you advice. I got A's on these types of projects. You don't need to work this hard. And she's like, no, I have to. I need to get this done. I want my teacher to like it, and blah, blah, blah. And she ends up working so much harder than she actually needs to for a project where she's already reached the point where she's going to get an A, and she just keeps going and going and working on this project. And the third example I'd like to talk to you about from popular culture is the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And so he doesn't go to school because he doesn't believe that it will benefit him. He does not want to learn about European socialism because he is not planning to be a European, and he's not planning to be a socialist. So why should he go to school and take a test on it and learn about it? Ferris got it down. He had the work smarter, not harder motto down. He decided not to go to school that day, and as it was his last day that he could get away with not going to school, he made it count and had a day on the city of Chicago. So in conclusion, I have pointed out to you examples from my own life, from the lives of someone around me, and from popular culture, that sometimes we work harder and not smarter, sometimes we work smarter and not harder. It depends completely on your opinion and how you feel about the situations that you are in, whether the effort that you're putting in is resulting in you getting something out of it. And so truly it's up to you about how you work harder or smarter.
All right, Michelle, I like the rhetorical question you have at the beginning, and I think you've got a pretty clear perspective here. You tie into the topic well. You've got a nice interpretation. There's a good preview of what you're going to be talking about at the beginning of the speech, so everything in the introduction is really solid. The supporting material, I think, also worked really well. I thought that you had a good personal example that let you give a lot of detail, kind of make it interesting. And tie it into the point that you're making. I thought that worked pretty well. And your second example with your sister, I thought probably could use a little bit more description, but it was fine also. And I think everybody who has seen Ferris Bueller will appreciate the reference that you use there at the end, and they'll know exactly what you're talking about, because that tied in really well with the thesis also. So content and introduction stuff was all solid. The presentation things, I didn't see anything that was problematic. I thought that you could maybe project a little bit more, but the speech was very fluid while you were speaking. There were some nice indicators and gestures while you were speaking. Your facial expressions are animated for the most part. Eye contact, I'll tell you what, you do look at the audience pretty regularly, and I think you are making contact, but once in a while it looks like you sort of disengage, and it's just thinking about the next idea a little bit, and we can see you thinking in that process. But it's not something that's problematic, because you are looking at us for the most part. It's not like you suddenly start staring at the sky or the corner of the room, which sometimes people do. It's just for a moment you internalize instead of focusing on the people that you're interacting with. And so it's noticeable, but like I said, I didn't think it was distracting or problematic. I like the summary at the end of the speech reminding us of the point that you were trying to make as well. All right, thank you.